Imagine this, it's the late 80s, you've just fired up your NES and suddenly you're sprinting full speed through psychedelic alien worlds, dodging obstacles, blasting enemies, and even rocking some cool 3D glasses. That's right, 3D Battles of WorldRunner wasn't just a game, it was an experience. Hey everyone, welcome back to NES Chronicles, where we take deep dives into the classics that shaped gaming history. Today we're talking about one of the most unique titles on the NES, a game that dared to combine running, shooting, and a dash of retro 3D. Stick around because I've got pro tips to help you dominate this game and a look at why it still holds up today. Let's jump in. Released in 1987 by Square. Yes, the same Square that gave us Final Fantasy, 3D Battles of WorldRunner was a bold experiment. You play as Jack, a fearless runner tasked with saving 8 alien worlds from evil serpent beasts called Grax. The gameplay is simple but addictive. You're constantly running forward, dodging obstacles, leaping over bottomless pits, and shooting down bizarre enemies. Think Space Harrier meets Endless Runner, but on NES. Oh, and let's not forget the coolest gimmick, the 3D mode. With a flick of the select button, you could throw on your red and blue 3D glasses for an extra layer of immersion. Sure, it wasn't perfect, but for 1987, absolutely mind-blowing. What really sets WorldRunner apart is its fast-paced, almost hypnotic gameplay. The controls are straightforward, move left or right, shoot, and jump. But don't let that simplicity fool you, this game gets tough fast. Each world introduces new challenges, moving pillars, faster enemies, and shrinking platforms. And the bosses? Massive snake-like creatures that'll test your reflexes and patience. A big part of this game's charm is its vibrant, surreal level design. From the checkerboard plains to star-filled skies, every world feels distinct and keeps you guessing what's next. But let's talk about those pits. The game's perspective can make it tricky to judge distances, so mastering your jumps is key. Trust me, you'll fall. A lot. Alright, let's get to the good stuff. Here are my top tips for surviving and thriving in 3D Battles of WorldRunner. Tip 1. Time your jumps perfectly. Long gaps require holding the jump button, but short ones, a quick tap's all you need. Practice makes perfect, especially in the later levels where precision is everything. Number 2. Clear the path ahead. Always shoot enemies before jumping, especially those floating fireballs. Nothing is worse than colliding in midair and losing a life. Number 3. Use the invincibility power-up wisely. Sparkling orbs can make you temporarily invincible. Save those for tricky sections with lots of enemies or tight jumps. 4. Memorize the patterns. Each world has a unique layout, and many obstacles appear in predictable patterns. Learn them, and you'll have a much easier time navigating the later levels. And here's a bonus tip. Don't rush. Yes, the game pushes you forward, but staying calm and focused makes all the difference. So why does 3D Battles of WorldRunner still hold up today? For one, it's a reminder of how experimental gaming could be in the 1980s. Square took a big risk with this fast-paced hybrid of genres, and while it wasn't a massive commercial hit, it paved the way for more ambitious projects. The graphics were ahead of their time, with colorful scrolling backdrops that felt dynamic and alive, and the music, catchy, energetic, and pure NES gold. Sure, it has its flaws. The controls can be slippery and the difficulty spike is brutal, but that's part of the retro charm. It's the kind of game that rewards patience, skill, and just a little bit of luck. So what do you think? Does 3D Battles of WorldRunner deserve a spot in the NES Hall of Fame, or is it a quirky footnote in gaming history? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to NES Chronicles, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another retro gaming review. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep running, keep jumping, and keep gaming. I'm out.